A group of boys get evacuated from Britain during World War II. Their plane gets shot down and crash land on an island. Two boys, Ralph and Piggy, find a conch shell.
Ralph is the charismatic, upbeat leader of the boys. Ralph tries his best to keep order and maximize the potential for them to survive. The boys at first follow him without question and do everything he says, but as time goes on, their savage nature takes over and they will eventually turn on him. Piggy is the fat, awkward follower of Ralph. He remains loyal to Ralph until his death. Piggy is always coming up with new ideas and is always trying to promote peace. As the boys become more and more savage, his creativity and strong intellect become less and less useful. Eventually, the boys turn on him and Ralph, which leads to his death.
Ralph gets elected by the boys to be the leader of the group. Jack is then told to be the leader of the hunting party. Ralph, Jack, and Simon go to explore the island. Ralph wants to start a signal fire to get the attention of passing ships. Piggy's glasses are the keys to making fires and for saving them.
Jack is the determined, egotistical antagonist of the story. Jack represents savagery and the primal instincts that take over all of the boys. Jack loses the election to Ralph and hates him ever since. The more Jack's savage nature takes over, the more he desires power, and the easier it is for him to control the other boys.
Life seems to be nice without grown-ups. Ralph complains about no one helping him build the huts. Jack fails in his first attempt to kill a pig, which sets an argument off between him and Ralph. A ship passes on the horizon, but there's no signal fire for it. Ralph yells at Jack for not maintaining the fire. Piggy also criticizes Jack and gets punched in the face. Ralph tries to restore order in the group. The little uns are getting terrified of the beastie. An air battle is fought over the island, and a pilot is dead upon landing, making a distorted ape. Jack and Ralph make a hunting party. Jack accuses Ralph of being a coward. Jack then leaves and takes most of the hunters and boys with him. Simon later has a vision and gets killed by all the boys. Ralph and Piggy discuss what they had done the previous night. Jack's hunters then attack Jack and Piggy for his glasses. Someone rolls a boulder down the mountain and kills Piggy. Ralph is forced to go into hiding for a day and a night. Jack and his hunters set a fire in the forest to flush out Ralph. Ralph then flees to the beach where a Navy officer is standing there drawn by the fire. All the boys gather around and begin to cry because they all reflect on what they had done.
The first subplot is how Piggy finds the conch and lets Ralph use it for fun at first. Then they think of a way to use it to get the other survivors together. Ralph then decides that they need to be saved from the island. He decides they should light a fire to be saved. They use the dry wood and broken sticks from the plane crash to use as fuel. They use Piggy's glasses to light the fire. Jack creates the hunting party and hunts down the pig. This is the way of losing innocence, because it is the first blood spilt. Jack takes the head and puts it on a stick. The little kids find the beast, which is a dead parachuter. The kids, in turn, get ready to kill the beast sitting around the fire. Simon, who is walking around in a clearing, confronts the head swarming with flies. The kids, in a terrified frenzy, kill Simon at night. Innocence is then snuffed out, making Jack break away from Ralph's group. The little kids and Jack take off into the forest, stealing Piggy's glasses. Piggy and Ralph confront Jack and the other kids, who push a rock off the hill, hitting Piggy, throwing him to his death below on the rocks.
The Lord of the Flies has a couple major themes and motifs and many symbols. Some major themes include nature versus nurture and loss of innocence. Nature versus nurture is a major theme because throughout the entire novel, these almost teenage boys are fighting for their survival. Do their actions come from how they were before the crash or during their fight for life? Does nature bring them to their savagery, or were their minds already programmed that way? The reader must interpret that based on the events in the novel. These bring us to the theme of loss of innocence. The boys in the novel have made decisions they cannot take back. Their behaviors have caused them to cross the threshold of adulthood. The boys are no longer innocent children. One major motif throughout the novel is the biblical references. The island has become like the Garden of Eden, which was a pristine place that is now corrupted by evil. Another example is Simon has become the Christ figure. The boys kill or sacrifice him just as Jesus Christ was killed and sacrificed. In The Lord of the Flies, there are a few major symbols. One is the conch shell and the hut, and these are symbols of civilization and order. Piggy's glasses is another example of a symbol, and this is symbolizing intelligence and knowledge. The signal fire that the boys use represents the boys' connection to civilization. The Lord of the Flies symbolizes evil and satanic actions.